Here's a quick rundown of today's top stories. Monday, July 21st. The death toll from Crising has climbed to 5, with 800,000 individuals affected, according to the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council. 2 more people were killed due to the combined effects of Tropical Storm Crising and the southwest monsoon, pushing the death toll to 5, while the number of individuals affected by the bad weather jumped to 800,000. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council reported on Monday, July 21st. A report from the NDRRMC showed a total of 225,985 families, or 800,864 individuals, were affected by Crising and habagat in Ilocos, Cagayan Valley, Central Luzon, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Bicol, Western Visayas, Central Visayas, Zamboanga Peninsula, Northern Mindanao, Davao, Soxargen, Caraga, Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, Cordillera Administrative Region, and Negros Island Region. It said 3 of the fatalities were logged in Region 10, while 1 death each was recorded in Region 11 and Region 13. President Trump and President Marcos to reaffirm PH-US defense ties in their meeting. The meeting between President Marcos and United States President Donald Trump will reaffirm the long-standing allies' defense ties, building on the decades-old Mutual Defense Treaty, Philippine Ambassador to Washington Jose Manuel Bobby Romualdez said. During a press conference on Sunday, July 20th, the envoy shared that planned discussions between the 2 leaders on their July 22nd meeting will center on the agreements under the MDT and continued cooperation with the United States and other like-minded nations on the West Philippine Sea issue. Senate President Escudero assures that Vice President Duterte's impeachment trial will push through. Senate President Francis Cheese Escudero, on Monday, July 21st, reiterated his belief the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte will push through regardless of the circumstances. Escudero made the statement after a group of students trooped to the Senate to call for his inhibition as presiding judge of the Senate impeachment court. Escudero said it was obvious that these groups were clearly in favor of impeaching the vice president and that they do not like the vice president. A low-pressure area has formed east of Luzon, while rainy weather to persist due to the habagat, according to PAGASA. A low-pressure area has formed east of Luzon, while the southwest monsoon continues to bring persistent rains across large parts of the country. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration said on Monday, July 21st. As of 3 a.m., Monday, the LPA was located 1,140 kilometers east of southeastern Luzon. It developed into an LPA on Sunday evening, July 20th. PAGASA weather specialist Daniel James Villamil said the weather disturbance currently has a low chance of developing into a tropical cyclone within the next 24 hours. It is forecast to move northwestward before turning northward toward the northern boundary of the Philippine Area of Responsibility. For now, the LPA remains far from the Philippine landmass and is not expected to directly affect the country, Villamil said. However, he added that the main concern in the coming days is the continued impact of the habagat. Pope Leo XIV renews his call for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. Pope Leo XIV renewed his call on Sunday for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, asking the international community to respect international laws and the obligation to protect civilians. I once again call for an immediate end to the barbarity of this war, and for a peaceful resolution to the conflict, the pontiff said at the end of his Sunday Angelus prayer from his summer retreat in Castel Gandolfo. Pope Leo also expressed his deep sorrow for the Israeli attack on the only Catholic church in the Gaza Strip on Thursday, which killed 3 people and wounded 10 others, including the parish priest. I appeal to the international community to observe humanitarian law and respect the obligation to protect civilians, as well as the prohibition of collective punishment, the indiscriminate use of force, and the forced displacement of populations, the Pope added. Stay updated with the latest news. Visit our website at www.mb.com.ph or follow us